What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you're on the podcast platforms, please go ahead and subscribe and leave a review while you are there. And if you are on YouTube, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's just go ahead and get into this conversation. Well, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they were filming a docuseries that's supposed to be airing on Netflix next month. And after Queen Elizabeth died, they really wanted to have things edited quite a bit because I'm sure that they're trying to save face with the royal family, even though technically they left. But they still want their titles because it's the titles that really will bring in the profit. Because everything that they've done, in my opinion, just being beautifully honest, has been for gain and profit. And more so on the side of Meghan Markle. And I mean, if her husband wants to follow suit and do whatever she wants to do, then by all means do it. And it looks like that's exactly what he is doing. But with this docuseries, it's supposed to be like reality, right? And I mean, we know reality TV overall is not necessarily real. But when it comes to a docuseries and a documentary, that's supposed to be real. That's supposed to be like autobiography / biography, because it's supposed to be real. It's supposed to be about your life. It's supposed to be about your experience or experiences. And so it's being reported that the original Netflix docuseries director quit. And the docuseries, it's premiering in December, but because there wasn't a lot of agreements and things that should be smooth sailing with the situation, the director decided that, you know what, this isn't for me. So Garrett Bradley, who actually directed the Netflix series on Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, was originally supposed to move ahead with their project. After beginning to work on the show, Bradley and the royal duo had a falling out, according to page 6. Garrett wanted Harry and Meghan to film at home, and they were not comfortable doing that. There were a few sticky moments between them, so Garrett left the project. And that left Harry and Meghan to hire their own people and move ahead with their own personal production company and doing a lot of the things to get this docuseries done. And after it was completed, they started to get a little worried, scared a little bit, getting the cold feet after Queen Elizabeth died, and they wanted to, quote, heavily edit the docuseries. So the thing about this is they don't want to be real. And outside of scandal, I mean, let's just face it, outside of scandal and the dirt and the things that they could share to the viewing public that people really want to know about the royal family and about them and about their personal lives, then essentially all you have is something that's just pretty whitewashed and unreal. And I'm all for being careful and having security and protection and not doing too much for the sake of your own personal privacy. But then again, if you're deciding to have this docuseries done, then it was like, what were you really doing it for? What were you really wanting to reveal? What was the point of really doing this? Because outside of Meghan Markle being married to Prince Harry, there's nothing to see there. She has capitalized off of this marriage to this man. And when things weren't going her way, then she said, I want out of here. And he was in agreement with it. And they made their moves and they got the heck out of the UK. And so now they want to profit off of the past and off of their quote unquote pain, if there really is anything there when it comes to that. And that comes with them wanting to say, okay, well, you're not going to be able to film at our home. we don't want to do this. We don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I know I may have said this and said that, but cut that out. Cut this part out. Cut that part out. We don't want to share that because, look, we want to keep our titles. I know we gave the UK and the royal family our ass to kiss on the way out. We still want to be connected in some way where we can continue to make revenue and make profit off of it. And it's just really, it doesn't surprise me, but with this, I'm not interested in watching it. I may read and watch reviews of other people that has watched this docuseries once it comes out, but it really doesn't interest me to watch anything where it's just they're going to do like they normally do. They're going to make things seem like they're bigger than they really are, but then at the same time not give any explicit details on who said what they're alleging was said. And, similar to when Meghan Markle did her interview sit down with Oprah, she said something about someone made a comment about what color the baby would be, but they never said who said it. So you're going to leave it up to the viewing public to guess who said it. And even if it was said in a way that you're insinuating, because let's just be honest. If we are going to be really honest about things like that when it comes to a child that has been conceived in a biracial marriage, or not even marriage, we know people don't have to be married to have a baby, but I'm just saying, sometimes that is a question. Like, I wonder what the baby's going to look like. They're not actually saying, I wonder what color the baby's going to be. I'm just going to be real. I don't believe anyone actually said that. I am not saying that people didn't speculate to say, I wonder what the baby's going to look like. But knowing Meghan Markle, the way that she has been out here trashing Deal or No Deal, the show that she was happy to be on when she was on it, or appeared to be, and now that she's in a much better position, she's trashing it, saying that, the show, they didn't care about our intelligence. It was all about just displaying what we look like in our body, and we had to have a station for hair extensions, and then a station for makeup, and then a station for this and a station for that. Well, you did it. Poor little Meghan, like, you did it. So I'm saying, in my opinion, she is good for making things bigger than what they really were. And I don't really believe someone said, I wonder what color the baby is going to be, or I wonder what skin tone the child is going to have. But people do speculate. I wonder what the baby's going to look like. Is the baby going to have red hair, or is the baby going to have black hair? Like, people do that. People do that even when it's two African Americans that had a baby and one has darker skin, a darker skin color, more melanin than the other one. People do that. And I mean, even when I had a child a long time ago, my skin color is a little lighter than my husband's, not that much. But when babies are born, they're born, and then the skin tone changes over time. And they would do that. They would look at the baby and look at the top of the ears, and they say, well, the top of the ears is an indicator on what skin tone the child is going to eventually develop. It's a thing. It's not about racism. I'm not saying that there was no one in the royal family that is prejudiced or racist. That's not what I'm saying. But I definitely just believe that when it comes to Harry and Meghan, they don't really want to display the real for the sake of their pockets. They're protecting their pockets, but they know that in order to really make bank, they're going to have to be a little bit controversial, but they're trying to be as little bit controversial as possible in order to continue to protect their pockets. Because I do believe Queen Elizabeth really did like Meghan. I can't say the same for, I guess he's king now, King Charles. Not saying he doesn't like her, but I'm just saying I can't say he feels the exact same way as Queen Elizabeth did. But I mean, he walked her down the aisle. Her own dad didn't do that. And I don't think that he would have minded walking her down the aisle if she wasn't so on her high horse of, I can't forgive my dad. I don't want to have anything to do with him now. But it was her dad that got her into Hollywood. Don't think that he didn't, because he definitely had a hand in that. Her mom didn't have anything to do with it. She didn't even have anything to do with it 100%. It was her dad that helped her to get into Hollywood, period. And so they don't want to display the real. They want to portray this facade about themselves to the point where they don't even want the cameras to film at their house. Like, for God's sake, like, get over yourselves. You guys let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. I'm actually going to read a few comments from some people that had some things to say about it. One person says, and they call themselves Truth Hurts, they want their cake and eat it too. It is painfully obvious that they never actually wanted privacy. What they really wanted was to have all the perks of Harry's lineage without the responsibility of the work, while retaining the ability to personally profit from that lineage. And I agree 100%. I said that before I even read this comment. All right, another comment. I predict that the doc will have record viewership ratings, though probably not for the reasons they want and hope for. I'll watch the train wreck. I already subscribe to Netflix. In these days of uncertainty and stress, it will be my guilty pleasure just to see the ensuing chaos. Another one says, I find it ironic how Meghan opened up about her thoughts on the royal family, as well as Prince Harry, and her dropping other bombshells during the tell-all interview. Yet, when it comes to their lives, they set strict privacy boundaries. There we go, like I just was saying. For example, Meghan told Oprah that 3 days before their wedding in 2018, she and Harry actually eloped because they only wanted their union solely between them with the presence of the Archbishop of Canterbury. Meghan stated she and Prince Harry knew the formal wedding was for the world to see. Meanwhile, they won't film in their home because of their children's privacy and the privacy of their home, LOL. Seems like they had no issues of privacy when they broke boundaries telling things about the royal family and how they hurt or treated her. So I just wanted to read a few of those comments. It really is, it's like a train wreck. It's a train wreck that I don't really care to see and care to watch. I will probably just see other people's reviews of it and see what they had to say about it, but I just can't stomach it. It's annoying to no end at this point, and they want to do reality without being real, and it's just like, get over it. Get over yourselves. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing, and until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.